American heroes. American heroes on the loose. If you get in their way, they're gonna cook your goose. With Spider-Man and Superman, they're winning the war in Vietnam. American heroes on the loose, on the loose. Do you remember Big Babe Ruth hitting out, hanging loose? Hollywood, those magic days are now gone with the wind, so very far away. American heroes, they're on the loose. There was Fred and Ginger flying down to Rio. Gene Kelly singing in the rain. Frank and Bing in high society with amazing grace. What a swell party that was. There was Marilyn entertaining the troops. That lady was in her summer dress. That lady was on show. That lady smelled like peaches when you got past go. With those ruby lips burning, burning in my head. It was like being struck by lightning when you were lying in bed. She's my little bit of heaven in full bloom. My little bit of heaven when it hurts. My short, sharp shock as she took me to the top. A little bit of heaven when it hurt. I've seen her in the movies, seen her on TV, and now I have a cardboard cutout lying next to me. She's my little bit of heaven when it hurts, when it hurts. My little bit of heaven in full bloom. American heroes on the loose, on the loose. Cold Rapids, in Cold Rapids, where the river bends. In those cold rapids, you ain't got no friends. It's a dangerous ride. Don't go over the side, because that old lead balloon, it ain't rising. Though yesterday's dream, yesterday's passion, you took me where you wanted to. Now you're over the top in a erogenous flop. In that room at the top, where you're hiding. In Cold Rapids, the river bends. In Cold Rapids, you ain't got no friends. It's a dangerous ride. Don't go over the side. There was Stephen King and his car Christine rolling down the highway, looking so pristine, purring like a kitty cat. She's a highway beauty queen. She's roaring like a wild thing. Christine, Christine, she takes you over like Ben-Hur's chariot. She's mean. If you see her, just move over. That Hellcat's on the scene, roaring like a wild thing. Christine, rolling down the highway, sunshine in my eyes. She takes me where she wants to. She likes to set the scene, purring like a kitty cat. My Christine. There was Martin Luther King, relevant still, with big old Fats Domino and Blueberry Hill. A bridge too far. Hey, hey, it's blue, it's grey. The war is over. There's a price to pay. In the dusk, the willow weeps. A shot in the dark, and the bough it breaks. Oh, mama, my sweet mama, the war is over, and I shot my brother. American heroes. There was Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse. Native Americans blown off course. Wounded Knee degraded the free. And look what they did to Muhammad Ali, who floated like a butterfly and stung like a bee. Those American heroes still on the loose. Don't get in their way. They'll cook your goose. There was Billy the Kid and Buffalo Bill, an Indian fighter with a stage presence. Run, Billy, run. They want you underground because you killed your daddy with a big knife. If you got in his way, there was no foreplay. There was no mercy in a cold heart. Run, Billy, run. They shot you down. Now you're lying in a pine box at the edge of town. That bird has left, that bird has flown. That bird is sailing on a dark wind. American heroes on the loose. Bush and Blair, they were there with their murky-lurky love affair. They themselves are their own weapons of mass destruction. History will not be kind to the lurky ones. See the great eagle on top of the American embassy in London. How's that for rebranding? Echoes of the lost tribes. Echoes of the lost tribes. Spanish galleons and all, with religious dogmas, bad intent, spawning blood and gore. All that was and ever shall be broken, lost, unborn. With those living masks of memory fired in the earth, telling of loss of birthright, a native's own record. In the shadow of the preacher man who was really lost and who was found. The war against the red man was the war against the earth. The war against the red man was the war against ourselves. American heroes on the loose. There was James J. Braddock, a Cinderella man. Walt Disney, now woke and nearly broke. But tomorrow is another day. You never know. Maybe like the sleeping princess, they will wake up, but I won't be kissing any one of them anytime soon. God bless America. Errol. There was Errol Flynn, who had 50 years to play, 50 years to say, I got a genius for living. His life was a raging storm, a tragedy, a dark cloud shaping across an open sea. It was the part that you get when you don't expect. The casting couch of your own shipwreck. 50 years to play, 50 years to say, I got a genius for living. And then he passed in the night of the full moon. I've crossed the plains, felt the rage of being caged. I've seen the Star of David and the shoes of misery. I've seen cities crumble and watched as oceans boil. I've seen Indian nations wiped from earthly soil. There was Hiroshima, Nagasaki, those tombs and tears of tragedy. We kill all the prophets. The whole thing's insane. How do we stop it? Just live, love, and gain. Because living, loving, it's not easy. When you find love, it must go on. Living, loving, it's not easy. When you love, it can't be wrong. Freedom is a word I rarely use without thinking. Donovan Leitch, the 60s, American heroes on the loose. There was the Ku Klux Klan. Mississippi was burning, burning like a red rose. Mississippi was burning, burning in the night. Mississippi black, Mississippi white, as hatred's blind, confusion messes with the night. So I say, flow you mighty rivers, let tender be your nights. See the Mississippi and Missouri rivers as they mix in the moonlight. With those distorted egos, darkened eyes, ancient lies in a kingly guise. I've seen the innocent falling and broken man-made law. There was Al Capone, Bonnie and Clyde, a killer couple with nowhere to hide. There was Buddy Holly with Peggy Sue and Bobby Darin's Scarlet Billows too. All this as Charlton Heston's gun is taken from his dead right hand. Remember Jimmy Jones and his handyman with Bob Dylan's Electric Dream? And whatever happened to Baby Jane? Perhaps she was out saving Private Ryan. Who knows? Not a bit in sight, but a wonderful film, no less. American heroes on the loose. If you get in their way, they're gonna cook your goose. With Spider-Man and Superman still winning the war in Vietnam. American heroes on the loose, on the loose.
Tainted by the modern world, made weak by its design. The lies of fools fill the mind's suicidal outcome when we give away what we are for something that we're not. For we were raised not to know just what we were made of, spending most our lives looking for something to believe in. Forged in fire, our ancient ways awakened in our senses. Ah, ah, ah. The songs from long ago, and we all know the tune. It's the raven song that takes you home, fearless of the darkness. The one-eyed god of the thunderer, they split the night in two. Drawn to hallowed places, the waterways and mounds. Drawn to the sacred woodlands, the oak, the ash and thorn. To ride home for joy, the seeds now have been scattered.